There we are. Hi guys, Abby here, Kansas City, Kansas, and I am here working this morning at the grid. And I don't know about you, but what time is it? It's like 12 o'clock, and I had a sugar hangover this morning. How many out there can relate with that? I had candy last night. I had cookies last night, caramel apple cookies with cream cheese frosting and pumpkin cake and peanut butter M&Ms and just lots of great stuff, okay? And I really enjoyed it. And that's what I want in my life. I want to be able to cut loose a little bit on nights like that and enjoy and not have to worry about the repercussions like I used to. And I'm gonna share with you my little secret. It's not really a secret, there's a lot of science behind it, but the practice of fasting has allowed me more opportunity to do things like I did last night and not show it like I should be showing it, like all over, okay? So one book that I've been reading lately, and I feel very privy to it, is my business partner in crime, Jimmy Moore, sent me a little preview, and I'm very excited to share with you that the Complete Guide to Fasting releases worldwide on October 18th, and it's written by Dr. Jason Fung and Jimmy Moore, and it's absolutely incredible. And something I was already doing since I began, is this the Gil? Hey Brian. Something that I was already doing is I was doing a 16-hour intermittent fast. There's all types of fasting that you can do, and one of them could be a 12, one can be a 16, it can be 24, it can be 36, it can be a 5-day on, 2-day off. Like, there's so many different methods, and you need to find out what's best for your life. But there are some huge benefits to fasting, and there's been a lot of debate over it for years. And I love this book because the research is laid out, the evidence is there, and so it's not just a bunch of opinions like, oh, I'm gonna lose mass, or I'm gonna starve, or you like the military. Look, I'm feeling military today. So anyway, what we want to do is, when people are trying, how many people last night, like, they just binged, okay? Or they just went after it, okay? I competed for 5 years, and usually I would miss opportunities like last night where I would just see all the food. So now when there's a holiday or there's a celebration, I get after it, okay? So this is why I'm so passionate about this. But what people tend to do after a night like last night is they wake up the next day, they feel shame, they feel guilty, and what they do is they go into calorie restriction. And a lot of people who go on diets use calorie restriction. That's not what a lot of people who have aesthetically pleasing figures do. They're not doing calorie restriction. They're manipulating the environment. They're manipulating the hormones. And so eventually, and I talk to so many people, they'll be on a calorie restricted diet and they will hit a plateau. And it's inevitable that that's going to happen with calorie restriction. And there's a huge myth when we tell people to eat less and move more. What we need to do with fat loss is address hormones, okay? So it's all about the hormones, and that's a reason why intermittent fasting for me has absolutely allowed me more freedom with what I eat. So I'm just gonna tell you a few quick little bullet points because I have a call appointment coming up. But I wrote them out so that I don't take forever and go down a rabbit hole, as most of you know I do. So fasting, it addresses the hormones. When you start fasting, your metabolism is going to stabilize, and it's actually going to go up because it's going to increase your energy levels. This is why people who actually can start practicing and getting, like, you really do have to practice it. You have to get good at fasting. So it is a practice, and there's lots of tips and tricks to help you, which I'm so excited when the book releases that people can read that and learn how to do it better. But another thing that happens is your adrenaline and your growth hormone goes up. It increases because that's going to help you maintain higher energy and muscle preservation. There's a myth that when you're fasting, you would lose muscle. That's not the case shown by science, and I'm not going to explain science because we all know who I am, and I will let Dr. Jason Fung and Jimmy Moore explain the science to you on why your growth hormone goes up in a state of fasting to help you preserve muscle. Okay, the other thing that happens when you're fasting is your blood sugar and your insulin levels go down as the body goes from burning sugar, which that's what I'm burning this morning, to fat, which is where I'm gonna be in the next 2, 3, 4 days, okay? So, and then this overall absolutely addresses the big problem that we're really all struggling with is insulin. Okay, insulin resistance, insulin sensitivity, all the insulin issues. If we can start addressing that, we're all gonna be in a better state of fat burning. So, I'm not very good at fasting. And so one thing that has helped me so much is, one of the things I read in the book too was addressing hunger. What is hunger? Well, it's good to know that hunger only comes in waves. And we can drink water, we can increase our salts, we can increase our electrolytes to help us get through those hunger pains, okay? So just mentally acknowledging that your hunger will come in waves will help you out big time. The other thing that I do during my intermittent fast, so I stop eating around 7 at night and I don't eat until 11 or 12 the next day. So I'm in a good 16-hour fast, and I'm looking forward to actually participating and trying more after reading this book, which I wouldn't have addressed it with a 10-foot pole without the information that I got in the book. But what I did this morning, here's my I Am a Champion mug. I put my keto cream in there, which has the butter and MCT oils in it, and Ceylon cinnamon to help decrease insulin levels, okay? So this was a huge benefit for me waking up, and if you had a cheat meal like I did last night, you woke up ravenous, you woke up feeling hungover. So I put those good healthy fats into my body, started creating a little bit of satiety because I was absolutely ravenous, felt sick to my stomach. And then the second thing that I'm doing, it's about, I think it's like almost 12 o'clock now, and I'm actually, because I was such a naughty girl last night, I'm actually going to do my fast all day today until tonight. I'm feeling actually pretty good after my keto cream, and because I have ketones, they help decrease my appetite and cravings, and they help regulate hormones. And so when my insulin is regulated, it's not signaling to the ghrelin hormone in the brain that I am hungry. And so I can absolutely get through any kind of fast I want when I am using fats and ketones. And I'm feeling amazing, but I just feel like I have to, you know, I shot my insulin up last night. So, you know, I'm gonna put my 2.1. I'm using the 2.1 this morning. I don't know if you can see that, the lighting's horrible in here, but the reason I'm using the 2.1 is because it has the medium chain triglyceride fats, and that creates a huge satiety for me. So when I'm like, yes, Brian James, I'm in my military gear, I'm gonna get after it today, I'm gonna reset my body, and I'm gonna use this horrible cheat last night to actually probably have more of a drop than I would have had anyway. So if those of you are feeling guilty and shamed, don't use it. Go with it. You've just wreaked havoc on your body. You shaked up the metabolism. You revved everything up, and now instead of storing everything, we're going straight into a fasting mode. Okay, so not necessarily calorie reduction, but intra-fasting to help address the hormones, which is in return going to help us with the fat loss. So, feeling amazing. This is gonna provide my brain on fuel to work the rest of the day. So, I hope this video was a help to you. I can't wait once again to, I will do more promo for it, because reading the information on the fasting, the book, has already just changed my mind, and I'm really excited to try some of these things out. And reading the science and the anecdotal evidence was so powerful. So I've got the fats, I got the keto cream, I have my ketones. So the next step for me, I'm an N=1 type of girl. I love experimenting, and I'll keep bringing to you my stuff live. But like I said, the complete guide to fasting released worldwide October 18th by my partner in crime, Jimmy Moore, and Dr. Jason Fung. So can't wait to get it out there and have y'all start reading it. And in the meantime, I'll just share my little experiments with you. But feeling pretty good today, and we're gonna hit it hard.